I want to actually invite somebody in to talk about their answers. You don't have to have every single one filled out perfectly, but I want to kind of quiz you on some of them, and let's talk a little bit. So who would like to volunteer? Let's start with a couple. I want to do a couple. Anybody, if you want to volunteer, but let me know if you are a couple or not. Like you put in parentheses a couple or something like that. So let me know if that's you. Let me know. Okay, we see a lot. I don't have to do a couple necessarily. All right. All right. I'm going to bring in Yuri Gomez because I saw yours first pop up earlier. Yuri, let me see how I do this. So Yuri, hope we got a camera and sound. Whenever I do stuff like this, it like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes like the internet's weird or something goes wrong, but I'm going to try it. So Yuri Gomez, we're going to bring you in. I'm going to ask some questions about you. I think this is good so we kind of get some feedback on how the process is going so people can see like, oh, I didn't see how they did this, or I like the way they did that one. So we'll start there. Yuri, so go ahead and turn your camera on if you can figure out how to do that. Let me know if you can't figure it out though. Oh, wait, it's coming. All right. Oh, you use OBS. Oh, someone's a techie. So you got to switch your video, right, to the other video, unless you're trying to get it working through OBS. Let's see. I don't hear. Oh. I
Brandon.
See. Hey, there you are. What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good, Yuri. And who's this with you? Who are the two of you?
My beautiful wife, Natalia.
Natalia. Hello. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for jumping on and being my guinea pig here. This will be good. All right. Well, where are you guys from and what do you do? What's your story?
So we're originally from Colombia, South America, but we've been in Florida. I've been in Florida for 24 years and
16 years.
Wow.
We're in Sarasota, Florida. So
okay.
Jay Scott, we actually go to the Sarasota area with Jay Scott. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you guys do real estate?
Yes. So we have a small multifamily. My wife, she manages the fourplex that we have as a vacation rental. We are house hackers. And a year ago, we started as syndicator. So we've done 2 deals as an LP and 3 deals as a GP. Dude,
you guys are awesome. You're crushing it. Good job. Well, I'm honored to have you guys here today. So why don't we dig in a little bit? What was the first category? And we can pick either one of you and maybe do it together, maybe separate, but we'll pick who wants to be the guinea pig. What category did you focus on today for the first one?
Okay. So we were both lower on your environment and location.
Okay.
So that's what we picked.
All right. Good one. All right. So I'm gonna pull up that one here, and so I have the extra questions at the bottom. Where did I put environment? What number is environment? It's in here somewhere. Hold on. There it is. All right. Environment, location. All right. I know the first questions are the same. Why don't we start with, how did you answer the question, the identity question of I am? How did you think about the words I am?
So I am in the city I want to live, in the house and the neighborhood of my dreams. And I am a Tesla SUV owner.
I love it. Tesla SUV owner. That's great. Next one. What do you do? What does somebody of that identity do? That one's kind of a hard one for environment, but I'm curious of how you answer that one.
So I guess I did what do we do to get that environment? So I raise over $20 million a year. I wake up early at 5 a.m. to do my morning routine. So exercise, meditate, spend time with my kids before they go to work, take a walk so I can gather my thoughts. I do travel to conferences and host events to meet people and build relationships. And I do maintain a healthy lifestyle, exercise and nutrition.
I love it.
We kind of agreed on it. A lot of them we overlap. So
yeah, there you go. I love it. All right, what don't you do?
We don't watch a lot of TV.
Okay.
We don't sleep in. We don't procrastinate. And we do not allow ourselves to not take action.
There we go. I love it. All right, so let's go through a few of these. I won't go through all the questions, but let's see. You said, where are you at? Let's see. Where are you at right now with this? I know you said you lived in what you said, Florida, right? Sarasota?
Yeah, in a
So what?
duplex. We are house hackers. So
Okay.
we've been doing that for 3 years. So we drive cars that we don't love,
Yep.
but it allows us to save, right? And we don't live in the greatest neighborhood.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's exactly why I like to start there with that. Like where I'm at now, we do a baseline of where we want to go from, right? What did you do? Did you do anything amazing over the past year that improved your environment? And the answer may be no, but anything you did?
So I started to get active on social media. I committed myself since December of 2021 to do a post a day, and I was able to do it, mostly reels. I've been very active on Instagram, and that has allowed me to get a lot of leads, which have translated into investors. So that's been great.
I love it. You did a post every day last year. That's amazing. That's awesome. Very, very cool. All right.
And in Spanish. So talking about a niche in Spanish.
That's so good, man. I love it. I love that. Love it. All right. What could you have done better about your environment in the past year?
Save even more. I should have refinanced a year ago when I had the chance. A very low interest rate. I should have started an email campaign. So I could have done better at building my investor list and the way make it like a community. I haven't done that yet. So
yeah, I think all of us real estate investors wish we would have refinanced everything a year ago. Like, oh, it was so low and now it's so high. Oh, fun. All right. And then let's go with this. Yeah. What sounds amazing in 5 years? I mean, where do you want to see yourself at? Did you guys have a location in mind that you may want to live, or are you going to find that out?
It's still Sarasota. We will be living in the neighborhood of our dreams and the house of our dreams.
Okay.
It's called Sapphire Shores. It's a beautiful neighborhood. We will drive a Tesla SUV, as we said, and we would live 3 or 4 months out of the year in a different country.
That's cool. What countries do you like to go live in?
Oh, many. Probably if we go to live for a year, for like 2, 3, 4 months, probably Europe, right?
Yeah. And
or Asia, maybe.
And we also love to go back to Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
Like our home country, you know.
I love it.
Maybe do it more often.
Very cool. I love it. All right. So then the last thing, I'm going to skip the next few questions. I'll ask a question. Do you have a 1-year goal set for this area? Do you have something? I mean, and I don't want to put you on the spot because you may need more time to think about it, but do you have a goal set for this area yet for the year?
Yes. Well, kind of. It's more, I would say it's bigger than 1 year for this environment and location. It's definitely not a year for big change. It's probably more than a year. So I would say no. Yeah. Okay.
That's cool. And so, now you can think about it over tonight or tomorrow or even the next few minutes and thinking, okay, well, if the vision is to live in that neighborhood, what do I need to, maybe it's the question of what do I need to do to get there? Okay, well, I'm going to have to make at least $400,000 a year in income. Okay. I'm making that number up, right? But okay, in order to do that, this year, I've got to do 3 syndications. It might be a real estate goal that if you can accomplish that, or maybe the goal is income for the year, because like that's going to make it possible. So the 1-year goal may not be the dream house in the dream neighborhood, but you might take the 1-year goal and it might be a financial goal that actually will make the environment one work. That's kind of an interesting way in goals kind of process together, right?
Yeah. Now that you mention it like that, I actually have three things that I would do in the next year. So that would be do 4 more deals as a GP, start my investors community, and sell one of my properties at a great price.
I love it. That's great. And if you did those 3 things this year, you'd be like, hey, that's pretty good. That's a good year, right? I'd be like, yeah, that got me on my way to the environment. And then the last question of then what do I need to do this quarter? So you could say, hey, if the goal is to sell one of my properties, like what does that look like this quarter? Is it the list one to decide? Like, do you have a thought there?
Yeah. Get on 36 calls with investors, go to 3 conferences, and wake up early every day and not miss my morning routine.
I love it. I love it. So here's one thing we're going to talk about in a little bit. We'll talk about it more for the last like hour and a half of this whole session today. But that is the idea of like, we have our goals, right? Like the goal might be, hey, I want to do X amount of syndications this year, which is a great goal. And then we're going to put some habits that we can track, right? So doing the morning routine every day, is a perfect one to add in that habit tracking, right? The posting on Instagram or whatever every day, perfect habit track. That way we don't have to say, I mean, you're more than welcome to have that as a goal. But I also like saying, hey, the ultimate goal is to make X amount of dollars or to do this many syndications or buy this many units. And these are the habits that I know are going to get me there. So yeah, it's fun stuff. And then if you look at the very bottom, these are other questions to consider and discuss. That's on the bottom of everyone's workbook. So again, we want to do them all now, but just it'd be a good topic of discussion over dinner later with your family or you two is like, let's just pick one here. Good one. Yeah. How does your family feel about the environment? Like, how do the kids feel about where you live? That's a cool topic of conversation, right? Like, how do you feel when you look out your office window, like where you work every day, your office, whether it's, in your house or somewhere else, how do you feel? You don't have to answer that now, but like, I love those final questions because they give you something to talk about, to really go in depth. And sometimes it takes 2, 3, 5 hours of talking about environment before you're like, actually, I thought we wanted to move, but actually what we need to do is paint our house. Like sometimes you end up somewhere totally different, but you don't know that until you have conversations. So anyway, thank you for being my guinea pig today and jumping on and sharing a little bit about your environment and where you're headed. So nice to officially meet.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where can people connect with you on Instagram? What's your Instagram account?
Yeah, it's Yuri Alex Investor.
All right. Yuri Alex Investor. So if you want to throw that in the chat room, people can go follow you later. And thank you very much. Oh, there it is. Somebody just did it for you. Perfect. All right.
Thank you, Brandon.
It was a Natalia, right? I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
And Yuri. Thank you guys. Nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Nice
Nice
meeting
meeting
you
you.
too.
All right.